This really stinks. That really stinks. Damn it. Can't find the itinerary. And now I just squirted hand sanitizer for kids. It smells so good though. All over my desk. Ooh, got on your letter too. Damn it. Just got on DVDs. Holy crap. Oh, I found this out in the garage. It was kind of cold out there. I think it's kind of cool. Hey, I'm a trucker. Or actually, it's not a trucker. It's from Marathon. My uncle worked for Marathon. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I was raised in this, you know. Ooh, what's this? Now I'm like a cool mechanic dude. Oh, wait. Get the tuft of hair coming out. Now, there we go. I can be a real dork sometimes. What else? Okay, I did find some other things, though. Things I thought you might find interesting. This is a training and operations manual for Illinois Search and Rescue. I thought you probably wouldn't believe it, but I was actually in Illinois Search and Rescue, and we were trained pretty good. I mean, it was like we'd go off for a whole weekend at a time training and practicing. And I mean, there's just tons. Team assignment pages. This is in case you get called in. You had to be on call and stuff. And then there's a radio log. Subject information. I mean, it was a real deal. I am licensed with the FCC for radio usage and stuff. I'm KC9DHU, but I don't even own a radio that I can get on with that. I never was in it long enough to invest that kind of equipment and uniforms. I had a kit and all sorts of stuff. I never ordered the lights for my car yet or anything, so, and I'm glad I didn't, because I thought about joining back up. It was very cool. I mean, you just see point of last seen, and then you radiate. I mean, it's neat. I mean, it works. We would have people go hide, and we'd find them. The only problem with this organization is that they need to be in cahoots more with the law enforcement and actually be called in. It's not that we ask for anything. It's a volunteer, I think. Oh, I messed my hair up. It's a volunteer organization. The problem is that the cops always think they can do searching much better, and they don't want to be too hasty to call in help when they don't think it's needed yet. So the problem is usually we're called in after too much time has gone by and they're dead. So basically our group was corpse hunters. I deserve a Coke in the evening to keep myself up. That folder I just put stuff in. This is from 1995, Marshall Elementary. I just thought this was cool. There's the old, just look at this, what I drew. The principals, and I'm like, I love you, Mrs. Stevens. She was really nice. And there's Mr. Cooper, I believe his name is. He was always kind of mean, so I drew horns on him and a spiked tail and scratched his face off. You do something like that now, you get like big attention, you know. It's like, oh my god, he's gonna shoot the school up. bus drivers, custodians, little kids I knew. I was a little kid. In fact, let me find out what grade I was in. Pretty sure I would have circled it. Oh, this year I think I was in 3rd grade. Very fun stuff. Yeah. Where am I? Oh. This is my class. Here I am. I'm in my Boy Scout uniform, mind you. Funny. That's me. That was actually a neighbor of mine. Anyway, the one in the box was my best friend Nathaniel, and that was, ooh, my girlfriend Sabrina. And this Josh here, he was also a good friend of mine. Oh, I can show you who was in possession of the first wiener I ever saw. Not that I wanted to at the time. It was... where's the first wiener I seen? Damn it. It was just there. I mean, not... You know what I mean. Why do I... Boring, I'm sorry. What the heck is going on here? Right there. That kid right there. We spent the night at one of these kids' house. I won't take time to show or talk about which, and he's like, hey, you guys, you want to see the wiener show? Yeah. Then he gave us a little show, and let's just say he could do a lot with that thing. This is a yearbook that I worked on. It smells like Teen Spirit. It was our first ever color yearbook at Diedrich. In fact, I think they've since reverted back. I think it was a mess up that the company had that price in this kind of yearbook. But anyway, seniors are first, and I was a senior. And where's my picture? I don't think I look very hot in this, but I'll let you judge. Oh yeah, there I am. Brad Horton. Sculler Bowl, FCCLA, STA, Student Technology, and Future Career Community Leaders of America. Band, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, chorus 3rd and 4th. It's kind of hard to read. I don't know why it's all fuzzy. I'll just read it to you. I was on chorus council for the 4th year, drama club 1, 2, 3, 4, in 10 years. Okay, this is what I wrote. In 10 years, I will just have begun my career a few years earlier at an advertising firm, and I will be up for senior partner. Oh man, I will have some money stored up and invested, which will make an income of its own. I believe it's called wealth. At the time, you have to realize I was busy selling these ads to companies and editing this whole thing. I was the editor. Well, no, not of this. I was the editor of the Achiever, the school paper, which was also pretty cool. I'll have to find one of them to show you. But I did work on this quite a bit too, and I was like the leader of everything. Anything anybody needed, I was like the go-to tech guy. And there was a go-to tech person, but he graduated a year earlier. He's not on here. He's my best friend, Frank. Anyway, I'll pause this and see if I can find a candid photo, and then after that I'm going to watch a video again. I'm going to start replying again, and I'm going to try and speed things up a bit because I'm sorry for having so much of nothing. I'm hoping that it's still entertaining to you. Interesting fact, and I didn't know this at the time of high school. Well, I kind of did. I didn't know if I would feel comfortable lying about it, so I kind of just didn't put myself in the position. found out later it's a good thing I didn't because I passed out from a simple blood test, but blood donations, they would do that in the cafeteria every now and then during the day. And at a certain age, and with, I don't know if you had to have parental permission, I think it just had to be a certain age, you could give blood. And I didn't want to come to the question, are you gay? And then have to click or fill in no and lie to give blood, or say yes and be rejected. So it's just ridiculous. Okay, I'll keep looking. I do have something pretty important to talk about that doesn't pertain to any of our videos so far. We have the faculty here, and most of them, I'm not going to pick any fights with any of them. Most of them are really good. There's a couple on there that had some shady dealings. There's one here, Mr. Shaman. He was really cool. Put up with crap of mine. A couple new ones. In fact, this one here, his name is Mr. Davis. He was a pretty good guy, but he had huge shoes to fill. The year before that, we lost our band teacher, and I said before, I was in band all 4 years, and it meant so much to me. And in fact, he was a pretty big role model. I'm gonna start crying now. I gave a speech at his memorial, and I don't know how I did it. He was so passionate. In fact, I was just going to explain what he does. He would kind of conduct, and he'd look up here like this. He'd be like, you know, and he'd be doing things. But if you talk to him, he's just a really nice guy. He rarely got upset, and if he did, the freaking guy deserved to be upset with the shit that he had to go through. And, you know, he got so religious towards the end, too. I don't know what to think of that, but I really hope things worked out for him in the end. This is a picture of him doing that, what I'm talking about, looking up. It's kind of hard to see. I wish I could get the light better. Anyway, and I am going to take the time for this because it's something that meant a lot to me. I mean, my whole high school career was basically, I wasn't in basketball or football, or we didn't have football or baseball. I mean, we had baseball, I wasn't in it. So the whole thing for me was band. We would go on to parades and marching band things. We did band day at the University of Illinois. We did, the halftime show for band day with all the other bands around that went. And he was the first teacher that ever even thought of doing this stuff. I think up until then, all the teachers would do, all the band instructors would do would be to prepare you for the next concert at school. There's only like 3 or 4 concerts. Oh, and then you'd do basketball games, the halftime. This guy took it one step. I mean, he took it like 20 steps further. He led us into the marching. He led us into the band day competitions. Of course, we had a Mr. Sainer who did really good on competitions. He had us do competitions too, and now this stupid computer is going to ding on me. I'm going to pause it for the dings because I just can't concentrate. Okay. It's like this. This is a picture of him getting into it. And we're up in the stands, like there's a third stand in the middle where we played. He would get into it. He would get the crowds cheering and stuff, and that never happened before. It's like people would start talking, the band would be playing, and the teams would do whatever they do at halftime. Switch varsity and non-varsity. But he would get people pumped up. It's unreal. It's just the impact that he took this school and kind of changed it forever. He was here a couple of years, and he's left a footprint now. and that footprint probably won't be, it'll take a long time for it to wear away. But he got sick one year, and everybody knew it. It happened over summer. He went in for a pain in his stomach. It turned out to be a horrible case of cancer. He was fighting it. He was a big guy when he first came, and he dropped down to skin and bones. And he fought it, and it looked like he was going to win, and then it was just like, it came back, no, it didn't work. And with as weak as you are now, you're basically terminal. You're going to die. And it was just so hard on the school. And everybody loved him so much. So the administration would just keep bringing in substitutes. They wouldn't fire him until, I mean, basically the summer that he died, that's when they found another person. And you see these great faculty members right here. They all pitched in and donated their sick days to him. So they had been saving up for years. One of them, I know of, had saved up literally months worth. So I think a couple months worth of sick days. He could literally, he was planning on it where he, when he went to retire, he could retire a year early and still get paid from sick days. I don't know how that works. It's some union thing, but they got it. And he donated. And they had him paid for just like he was an employee, even though he wasn't there basically for almost a whole year. Because he was going through some horrible, horrible stuff. And it just wasn't fair. And he would come in and try, and he'd just get so depleted. It was something horrible to see as a kid, but it was probably good that people seen it. Anyway, we wrote some things. It said, "What did Mr. Stevens mean to you?" Mindy, I won't say the last names except for mine, says, "He was a friend, a mentor, and an inspiration. He always wanted us to do our best. He encouraged us never to give up." And then Miranda says, "He was a great Christian influence. He believed that a flag team would be a great addition to the Diedrich High School band, and he was there for his students even though his health was failing him. I believe his full of life attitude rubbed off on everyone, and he inspired people to live their life to the fullest." Jessica said, "Mr. Stevens was always there for us, even when we weren't at our best. He was a friend to us, and in and out of the classroom, and I think we gave our best because he always pushed us to the top, because he wanted us to be on top." And I wrote, "He was the Aristotle of band. He taught me many things that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Even today, while in band practice, I find myself wondering, what is it that Mr. Stevens told me to do? He introduced me to my trumpeter hero, Maynard Ferguson." And Valerie says, "Even though we all miss him, we know in our hearts that he's in a better place." Yeah, that was a pretty powerful year. It was something else. Anyway, so another story that's newer. Here's our administration, by the way. I'll keep them back so that I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know if I'm not. Probably don't matter. This was our superintendent. That was the high school principal. Since then, he's been handcuffed, and he was sleeping with a student. Couldn't believe it. In fact, I think she's too young. She's not even in this book yet, so I wouldn't be able to find her. They tried to keep it secret, but in a town that only has like 500 people, there are no secrets. Yeah, well, anyway, I'll pause this and whether they like to know it or not, the people in these photos here were the object of quite a few of my fantasies. I kept them to myself, but very few here. They were kind of younger, and I don't know why, but I never really was into younger guy. Was kind of like what you said. If I could get myself a hold of a 40-year-old, ooh, I'd blow his mind. Just found a photo. Rare. And I've got something to tell you about one of the people in that photo. Let's just say the one that's on top. But I'll tell you that privately, because if anybody ever stumbles across these videos that is a friend or an associate of anybody here, then they probably wouldn't be good for them to hear that. And I don't know how they snuck this in here. I must have overlooked it, and so did the teacher. Maybe it didn't matter because of the same kid is right here, and I swear he's not like gay or anything. Right there, and it says there at the bottom, the sextuplets, and they all got the same shirt, and he's acting pretty. It's pretty funny. Ooh, look at his ass. If these people knew, damn, if they knew what I was thinking when I was looking through this thing the first time and I wasn't holding it in, yeah, they probably wouldn't be too happy. Yeah, there I am on the, I'm wearing a tie and everything just like the teacher. There I am on the WDHS/yearbook staff. That's the TV channel and this yearbook, apparently, obviously. Yeah, there I am at the WDHS news counter. And underneath there is just the yearbook staff, but hey, I'm there too. That was a dork STA history club. I was not in that. Well, I was in the STA. Yeah. There I am up on the stairs. Ah, sorry. I'm doing the retard thing. See? That's me with the sweater. It's the same shirt and tie, but it's a sweater. I had a sweater on. Yep. Okay. Clickety click. Something neat that happened. We have, you mentioned we have train tracks. Well, they staged a mock train wreck, and they had it run into this car, and then they had, staged out people that had fallen. They had the troopers there, ambulance, and then they actually flew in an airlifted one of the kids out. And then we actually went to the local mall where there was an empty store, and they had a mock funeral for the dead. It was an interesting day. The things that they plan around here sometimes are just really out there. And it's a good thing I didn't shut off. Let me see. I'm actually in the front row. I was one of the main senior members of the band that year, and actually the #1 trumpeter, or whatever you call it. And that's me right there. And there's Valerie next to me. We were kind of a duet pair in band. Anytime there was a competition, we'd duet with each other. Oh, I just found something for chorus, and it's kind of funny. I have a broken foot for this photo. You'll see me in the front row, laying there with my broken foot. Oh, damn thing. I'm so sorry. Right there. Pretty funny. I kind of look the same as I do now there. Got a hot chick on either side too. Look at that. Of course, if I wasn't looking at the camera, my eyes probably would have been drawn elsewhere. Naughty. Ooh, there's me in a t-shirt. Right there. We were singing, Small Town. I was born in a small town. I was involved in a lot more than I thought I was. And I thought I was kind of hermity and antisocial. Ooh, the play. I wasn't in the play that year. I was on tech because I got tired of being in the plays. And I'm not in any of those Scholar Bowl photos. Here's me standing on the podium on graduation night with the senior band members. Right there. Sorry, I have to do the retard point because of the invertedness. I didn't get any awards that I remember. I mean, I got a Scholastic award or something. Something about A's and B's on on that quarter or year or something, not as a whole. There's some pictures there, and I'm not in any of them, but that's perfectly fine. And there's a whole shitload of advertisements I had to sell. I hated this fucking thing. Excuse my language. This make me cringe. Dope. Bob dope. Anyway, thanks to the Diedrich High School yearbook designers, Mindy, Corey, TJ, Levi, Brad, Jenny, and Miranda. I was one of the main designers. Yep. Oh, smells like Teen Spirit. We're weird. Anyway, my aunt came in while you weren't here and gave me some money. She don't know it, but it's from a date. I'm gonna go out to eat Wednesday with Brandon. And I need to get, she wants me to get not flip-flops, house shoes or slippers for the house. She's dead set on it. In fact, she gets mad if I don't wear a hat when I go out. That's why I came back in from the garage with this on, because I knew that would make her happy. This is going to be very long. In fact, I'm going to drag them all on there and see how long this is now. Wow. I do not know how I do this, but I've got almost an hour on here. So I'm going to split it up into about 2 25-minute segments, and then I'm going to start recording one that actually has to do with your videos that I need to reply to. I'll label this one High School Memories 1 and 2, and then I will respond to your actual video. Whoa. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Watch them at your leisure. In fact, I'm going to send you a message. In fact, no. It's not too late. It's not awkward. I'll just do it as an information thing. I think I'm going to call you and tell you, because you need a warning. When you're talking an hour of footage, you need to just wait till sometime when you're bored, when I'm not posting a video, if it's worthwhile maybe to watch it.